Good evening and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Lampy28, your caster for this IVRL Season 1 Week 18 matchup we have here for you tonight. Kai versus Fury. Kai being the 10th place in NA currently right now. Fury running in 13th place in the NA currently right now. So 10 and 13 battling it out for you tonight as we are here gonna watch this battle go down. Only 11 points in the SRS system separating these two teams. So literally anything from tonight is going to go down and could possibly make some big swings and some things. Map number 1 going to Quarantine, as you can see. And Quarantine, man, one of my favorites to cast, to play, just to be a part of, as Quarantine offers so much diversity that there is literally, I believe, you can possibly quote me, but 14 different objectives, 14 different areas where the uplink can be at. And I mean, that's what I love about it. They're just, you cannot plan, you cannot sit there and say, we're gonna do this and this for this objective and this and this. I mean, you can, but it takes so much time and effort to understand all 14 objectives, the defensive positions, the attack lanes. But teams like Kai and Fury that have been in the leagues for so long and been a part of this game for as long as they have now, years to come, they understand that, and that's what's going to bring Quarantine into something special here tonight, where we don't know what we're going to get ourselves into, and it's going to be a great matchup. I know basically every single player on both sides of these teams, and we're going to see something great tonight. And I hope you stick with us as Kai and Fury do take off here very shortly. But before we start, let's take a look at the bans. What's not going to be played? What is possibilities for us tonight? In the IVRL, we are in week number 18, which puts us into set number 13 of the map pool. And each set is comprised of 10 total maps, 8 of them being DPI maps, which is onward maps. There's the maps that the game created. From left to right, those are your 8 onward maps, and the 2 on the far right, which is Arctic and Shipyard, are our custom maps. Custom maps are created by the community, by people who have that drive and that ambition to build maps, that patience, that creativity of building maps and sending them into the game. Once the game decides that, hey, this is a map worthy to put into the game itself, and then the league gives its trials and errors and makes sure that it's up to not quite perfection, but there's no major glitches or issues that would be coming to competitive league play. And tonight we have in this set we have Arctic and Shipyard in our map pool. Neither one of those banned, so it's possible we could see one of those tonight yet. But in the IVRL, the home team bans very first map. There's 4 total bans, 2 on each side, but home team gets the number 1 ban, and they send over and they say, hey, we're banning Subway tonight. And that is Kai. Kai banning Subway very first off. And then Fury says, all right, we get our next 2 bans, and they go ahead and take away Cargo and Downfall, one of the smallest maps and one of the largest maps. Could be a bit of strength, could be a bit of weakness on either side of things. Not quite sure, but Cargo and Downfall are Fury's bans. And then the 4th and final ban heads back over to the home team, Kai, and they take away Abandon. Abandon is the newest DPI map. It is by far the longest in linear length map, close to Downfall. Downfall may be a slight bit more square footage, as you could possibly say, but wider and long together, but Abandon being a little bit narrower and just longer than Downfall. But overall, the farthest 2 out of the tonight, and Cargo being the smallest out tonight. Subway also 3 stories, but very, very small in aspects of tight quarters and alleyways. So that's what we're left with. We're left with 6 maps to choose from: Subway, Bazaar, Quarantine, Snow Peak, Arctic, and Shipyard. And as you've seen earlier, Quarantine is map number 1, and that's where we are heading to start things off. As we're waiting for the lobby still to fill up, we do have half a team or so jumping in now. But we'll jump back to the scoreboard. Check things out. Still waiting on a few members to join us here tonight, so please don't be shy. Let me know how you're doing in chat, how things are going, how has your Saturday been. Some of you, it may be Sunday already by now, but let me know. Let's talk, let's chat until all teams get in here. Don't be shy on your predictions. Predictions can be what you think, or I'm sorry, who you think is going to win map number 1 or map number 2. We're starting off map number 1. You should see the predictions in the chat area. Bet your channel points, which is the viewer points here in Twitch. It'd be the little purple circle down by the chat. Should tell you how many points you have. You can bet on who is going to win map 1 here. Is it going to be Kai or is it going to be Fury? And then depending on anybody that bets against you, you win those points that are bet against you. Channel points can be earned by the longer you watch the stream. The more you watch the stream, the more points you earn. And if you follow, you earn extra points. If you subscribe, you earn extra points. The more you chat, you earn extra points. But they are free. There's no money involved unless you subscribe, which we do appreciate any subscribes that you guys do have. I was told, I believe it's still up, but if you are an Amazon Prime member, you get a free subscribe. So check into that. As we see, Ducky7034 just subscribed a few hours ago to our channel. We appreciate you very much, Ducky. And he subscribed through Prime, as I'm seeing right now. So if you're a Prime member, jump in there, check it out. But all subscribes do help the casters as we do volunteer our time here. And we do appreciate that very much. If you're joining us tonight, maybe you're more fluent in the Spanish, Espanol, an IVRL number 2 channel. That is our other channel here on Twitch. You can find another match going on that is strictly going to be casted in Spanish, and that is IVRL 2. That is Shooting Blanks versus Off Meta, 2 brand new teams in the league with their very first cast tonight. If you got multiple PC computer screen, why don't you pop up both? Watch both. Give us both the views that we need and deserve here. You don't want to miss any action that's going to take place tonight. Still waiting for a few members to jump into the lobby. Let's go check out Quarantine as we're waiting. And currently 4 members of both teams are in the lobby, waiting on 1 each, but I believe they were both looking for reservists, so they might be playing a 4v4 to start things off. So waiting as those members do come in. We'll check out the lineups. Oh, we are starting. So on the Kai side, we're running with Phonic, Smithy, SFC, Trip, and Engage. On the Fury side, D100, Mobstar, War Within, and Toxic Pain. Let's jump into the Fury side as they go on defense for the objective here in Broken Wing Courtyard, as I call it. Some people call it Burning Building Courtyard. jumping in. D. Herndon taking defense here in center, burning. Great positioning. Much needed defense there as Toxic Pain is rotating quickly to hospital. Gonna find shots into Smithy, but not hitting those shots as Smithy does take the first kill here on map number 1, round number 1, bringing Fury to a 3v4. Mobstar rotating back towards the south-southwest as one of his teammates did die in hospital area. Gonna grab some extra coverage for D. Herndon here. Looking across the road. D. Herndon moving around in center burning, possibly seen by Phonic as the lasers do come across. Center burning is quite the known meta spot, so lasers are going to be coming across this as it is very popular and important that somebody be's in here. Want to give a shout out to D. Herndon as he is a new league member and one of the youngest, as he just turned 13 recently, letting the whole league know. So happy birthday to D. Herndon. And we were told that Papa D. Herndon may be watching tonight. So if you are watching, Father D. Herndon, we want to tell you, you know, your son is an excellent little young man, very polite and very professional in the game and very talented as well. So you should be proud of him. Hopefully we see some big things here from little D. Herndon. Papa D. Herndon, if you're out there, I'm sorry that he just died. But Trip Nip just takes down D. Herndon in center burning from north roof. And Kai quickly up to a 4v2 here. Lots of smokes coming out on objective. Gonna cause a lot of rotations. War Within finding Trip on the north roof. Mobstar throwing out some utility as he is unsure who is quite pushing closely to him. But due to all the smokes, it's got to be causing so much confusion there for Mobstar as he cannot see or possibly even hear anything. Very scared that somebody may be on the other side of this wall, even possibly capping as Phonic does move in for that cap. Can he get it off? And he is visible just at the time. Onward timing does happen. Mobstar and Phonic going down. But what a reaction from Smithy, grabbing that kill. I believe it may be Engage that grabbed that kill on objective, as War Within is rotating quickly back, knowing he is the last man objective. What a snapshot from War Within. Last man 1v1 as Engage is last to push this objective. He should see War Within if he possibly rotates. Engage did hear them shots coming from the front of plane, but decides to rotate off of the hospital roof. Gonna move down, look for a better position, possibly even work in for this cap. Let's jump into War Within and see what his decisions are here on defense. Rotating around, not sure where this last guy might be, as it looks like they are heading over towards Tank Courtyard, and through Tank Courtyard heading to Container Courtyard. And man, War Within taking a new approach, deciding to go to hospital, exactly where the last offensive man was just recently. And at this point, War Within just doesn't want to get capped on. They want to ensure that they're not, you know, losing those 2 points. Oh, man. And Engage just finds War Within as he enters center burning. And Kai taking round number 1 here on map number 1. Has there been a possible disconnect on Fury? But Kai going up 1 point here. And if y'all ever seen my cast and my streams here, You know how much I talk about the music here in IVRL, and Phonic being the one that supplies us those musics. But guess what? The one and only Phonic is playing tonight. He plays for Kai. Enjoy the tunes. We'll hang out here, relax, grab some drinks, grab some snacks. We're gonna be here a little while with this amazing matchup. Right, looks like the player of Fury did return, which is D100. And we will jump back into the action here. We're going into round number 2. Objective stays in the same position as it stays in Broken Wing Courtyard. Check in with the defense, see how they're going to play this one out. As Trip moves into Fuselage, trying to work up to the plane, engage in that center burning. Phonic on OBJ. And looks like we got a heavy north push coming up so far. War within, Mobstar both pushing towards the north. And Toxic Pain and Deherndrin gonna try to cross this street here in the far east. Very dangerous cross, but far enough back they may blend into the background a bit.
Just came in here.
As our north push still is getting in position there, going to north roof in that far north wall. And the game totally changes on a map of this size as you get into a 4v4 scenario. You're talking about a map that's the size of, like, man, I don't know, 6 or 8 cargos. If you're familiar with the map Cargo, seems like everybody should be. It is one of the most popular maps to play. You know, you got 6 or 8 of those cargos, and if you remove one player from each side, you're removing like a whole map of cargo as far as coverage and attack. So, you know, the strategies become very different. Trip on the second story of Impact, watching that basement floor as nobody should be able to push past him in the far west. But a very slow approach here still from Mobstar and War Within. As the south push does move further up and get themselves into hospital. Let's jump around in some POVs and see what everybody's thinking and seeing. As you can tell, if you're new to the game, you can see the player's ID name on the bottom of the screen there, as we're with the engage currently right now.
Yeah, white car Corey actually.
Engage in that dark room does find Mobstar. What a shot by Engage.
Three friendlies up.
So you can hear D100 using his radio, open communication, global communication as it's called. Anything that happens around you in real life is coming through the microphone and could possibly be heard by anybody around you. As we lose one member of the offense again, D100 trying to react, find Smithy behind that broken wall. As the D100 does move outside of hospital, rounds to the ambulance side of things. Trying to get a new and different angle. Trip still on second story here, but it looks like War Within has made his way around the west, around Trip. But with certain angles, Trip may be able to see War Within. Causing some chaos. War Within knows Trip is right upside there, and grenade coming out, not landing close enough, but D100 getting engaged. Shots coming out from D100 are going to let these guys know that someone is in center burning, but lasers do come, and Smithy finding D100, but not connecting those shots as D100 take down Smithy, but Phonic quickly refragging on him as War Within is taking a very powerful rotation. This is not going to be seen by any means. As with the right line here, War Within could get on objective without Trip being anywhere nearby, as he does. And Trip also finding, oh man, what a rotation by Trip off the plane just in time. Rotating down the plane wing, getting closer to the objective, and just finding War Within as he is rotating near the gas station. What good timing that was. I mean, honestly, great job by both sides as the kills are starting to come out more and more. Very good spread on the Kai side. Fury side, still good spread. Everybody's contributing the way they need to contribute. And, man, 2 rounds on the Broken Wing Courtyard. Who knows where we're going to go next? It does look like we are shifting just slightly north. We're going to go inside impact on the ground floor. Do want to let y'all know out there, if you're looking to get into the IVRL League, I'm going to post a, here shortly, I'm going to post a link to the Discord. Please join the Discord and, look for the, looking for a team. channel or possibly the reservist channel, and you can get yourself occupied with the league, sign up as a reservist, or even if you have 5 members to join a team, that is a possibility as well.
Please, Dad, buy him a really good PC so he can talk to us.
Two clicks for a kill. 3 clicks are about to cap.
Mobstar was shouting out to D100's father there. D100 needs a PC so he can play more and better Onward. And defense is pushing quite aggressive as Mobstar is pushing to north roof here, looking towards the northeast. The one and only lane that can be taken if they decide to flank or get aggressive in the north. Nothing happening there as Toxic Pain from Center Burning finds Trip over by Container Courtyard.
Northeast, Tank Courtyard. One's playing inside the fuselage.
Phonic finding one inside the fuselage, not connecting, but Smithy finding Mobstar. Getting aggressive there on the north. And we are down to a 3v3. War Within moving through that little alleyway there. Could find Smithy if the right timing and rotation does come out here, as he is going to push more to the north if the right timing does come out. And War Within gonna find Smithy with an excellent shot, bringing it to a 3v2. Fury with the man advantage currently right now. One on hospital roof, one pushing through Tank Courtyard, or close to Tank Courtyard.
Yes, white card impact.
Yeah, there's one center burning, one fuselage, one north.
Again, you see a lot of rotations and cautiousness in their movements here, especially with Phonic. Not really sure where a lot of these players are, because as a caster myself, we're able to see all the players, where they're looking, lasers and all, but in game, these guys are not seeing that. In game, there's no lasers, there's no player tags, so this is what these guys are seeing. Every corner could be dangerous. Around every dumpster, somebody could be hiding around here and you not see them. And that is the, immersion feel of this game. As we're seeing somebody run across there, as Phonic is downing War Within. Back to player tags, and War Within, with his player tag still up, is only down. He's not completely dead. He is able still to reach his radio and call out anybody he needs. But Engage finding Toxic Pain as he does move through the south, moving around gas station. And we are down quickly to a 2v1.5. War Within not able to shoot, but could call out. The 100 last member left guarding the objective. Has to do a lot of rotations based on where that objective is located. Phonic, smoke on objective. He could cap from the outside. The 100 looking and checking all angles as he is looking outside, running through with his knife in case anybody is in the smoke. And Phonic jumping in and grabbing that last kill. What a drop shot kill from Phonic. Kai going up 3-0 on their map pick. Now, can't be too surprised about the, what's happening on the score line, as this is Kai's map pick. They felt strongest to pick this map, and they know this the best. So out of all the maps that were left, this was the one that they chose, and the score line is going to show that in some way or another. Fury still has a chance to come back, as here in the IVRL we play 2 maps and it is best of 9, first of 5. Total points comes into factor when you are playing in the IVRL. Even if Kai wins this map, Fury gets a couple points, Kai still wins it. Let's say it's 5-2, 5-3. Fury gained a couple points. They just got to go to map 2 and win by more than those points, and they can still win the match. So regardless of how things are looking, Kai still, has to hold down Fury to the least amount of points as possible going into map number 2. Wasting no time, we are jumping back into round number 4. Same defensive position, as we do have the impact building, which is right along this broken wall. Here is the satellite dish. 5v5, which at this case it's only 4v4. But defense, who is Kai currently in the, well, it's the oranges outlined but black uniform. Their objective is to protect this satellite. Mobstar quickly finding an engage. As
I killed one, maybe going towards that garage. One at the Volk garage.
Trip exchanging fire with War Within. No shots are hitting, and Trip also firing at Mobster. No shots hitting there as well. D100 finding Trip though, gathering that kill, and Toxic Pain also finding Smith, and Fury quickly at a 3v1. Now Phonic, the last member of Kai, defending this objective. Mobstar running in quickly, but taken down by Phonic, and we are at a 1.5v2. Man, a lot went down in that first minute. We were at a 3v1 in the first minute of the game there, in the first minute of the round, I should say. But quickly, Phonic picking up 1 kill. Should see War Within. Yeah, but War Within does spot it first, as Fury gather their first point here on map number 1. And right back in it they come. But talking a little bit more about the game, it is technically supposed to be a 5v5 milsim, but if both teams are missing 1 player and it becomes a 4v4, they are allowed to start and play the game of 4v4. But normally if you're missing a player, you can ask a reservist, somebody that is willing to play in the league but is not a part of a team officially. But if both teams need a reservist, then neither team uses a reservist. So that's why we're at a 4v4 currently. But with this 4v4 currently right now, the defense guards the satellite, which is also called the objective. And you have 6 minutes to guard that. So you either have to stop the offense from reaching that satellite in that 6 minutes. You kill all members of the offense in that time. And you gather 1 point while you're on defense. Now, the offense is to try to get to the satellite and punch in a 7-digit code that is located in their tablet that is on their back. So they reach back. You'll see some of these guys possibly grab their tablet, and you'll hear them ramble off some numbers. They are remembering the 7-digit code, as when you want to push it in, it is not visible. You have to memorize it. And if you get within a certain range of the satellite, 15 foot or so, you can punch in that 7-digit code and gather yourself 2 points. But if you kill all members of the opposing team, you get 1 point. 1 kill coming out early from Engage onto D100, trying to push through that basement broken wall area. Mobstar trying to watch that cross as one member does cross, not spotting them.
One in hospital.
Northwest corner.
As Engage does find Mobstar from that call out. Toxic Pain quickly refragging on Engage. Fury down to 2 members left. Nobody on objective. Kai with 3 members. War Within looking above from the north side, able to look down onto the objective area. Toxic Pain making a big rotation, the big risky rotation here as objective is practically wide open here. The Toxic Pain wants to look for these guys that are currently on the hospital. Phonic working from the inside. Now, if he can get inside along the wall, he is able to send that uplink, which nobody is looking at. So he can come in here, nobody sees him, and this could be map point here if he can send in this 7-digit code. Nobody is here. Nobody is guarding this. Toxic Pain could possibly see him, but Tablet is out. As you can see, Tablet out, putting in that 7-digit code. Drops the tablet, looking for the kill. Doesn't have his tablet, he dropped it. Doesn't realize that he dropped his tablet, looking for his tablet. It is back inside. Fury down to 1 member. Now, as long as nobody sees Phonic or kills Phonic, and that is it. War Within not spotting Phonic as he moved into OBJ, sending the uplink, getting 2 points, and securing map number 1 for Kai, going up 5-1. Wow, what a first map for Kai there. Quarantine being their map pick, taking 2 points there. Securing map number 1, 5-1. Now, map number 2 will be Fury's pick. They get to choose between the remaining 5 maps that are left, and they get to switch host if they choose. Now, so we'll find out if they decide to just rehost into a new map, or if they start a new map and switch the host itself. But thank you all for joining here this evening. I am Lampy28. This is IVRL's first season. We are in week number 18 now, as Kai in 10th place in the NA, taking map number 1, 5-1 over Fury, currently ranked 13th in the NA. And it looks like we are heading to map number 2, no rehost taking place. And we are heading to none other than one of the most popular maps in the game, and that shall be Suburbia. Once again, hope it's had a good time here tonight. I am Lampy28. We're listening to the tunes of Phonic, who is currently playing on Kai. And Phonic is, creating music for us here at the IVRL, personalized music for us, and we do appreciate very much. You can also find, Phonic's music on Spotify. And it's actually under Chubby Wallets. So if you look up Chubby Wallets, you can find some music by Phonic. Chubby Wallets. Do appreciate everything he does for us here as we are entering into map number 2, the beautiful Suburbia. Still at a 4v4. And by the looks of it, none of the lineups have changed. Obviously, we're at a 4v4, so they are limited on their roster currently right now tonight. But we're here, 4v4, waiting for everybody to load in, as we do have white car objective here in lane 1. And things are about to start as we hear the beeps.
That's
Lane 1, 2, 3, come on.
this one. That's 4. Okay.
All right, who brought the new guy?
I like to rotate them based on what spawn you're in.
Jesus.
Couldn't happen at a worse time.
A little bit of pre-fire coming out from the defense as they pre-fire lane 3. Very popular pre-fire section. Smithy taking up possession of lane 1 directly behind the bush, and Sandbags. Phonic in lane 2. Also going to be listening for footsteps, and Phonic taking out Toxic Pain, but not right after Mobstar refragging quickly onto Toxic Pain. And again, Smithy finding Mobstar, but with War Within refragging very quickly onto Smithy. And back and forth battle we go here as we are at a 2v2. Once again, Trip rotating back a little bit closer to the objective on red car, finding D100 in lane 2. 2v1, all down to War Within. Trip in a very powerful position as he has the cross covered from lane 1 and lane 2. War Within with a bit of a challenge ahead of him. Looking for anybody in this lane 1, lane 2 area. Should be able to see Engage before too long if Engage does peek out. Engage decided to be very, very cautious here, not peeking above, the sandbags and the bushes there. And War Within grabbing some utility from a down body, and that's the great thing about this game is if you die in the game, but you didn't use some of your utility, it does lay there for any member, teammate or opponent to grab. As you see War Within grab a grenade. And Engage has a very tight angle here, able to see all the way over here, and does find War Within just around the bushes. And Kai taking round number 1, map number 2. Looks like a bit of disconnect there on the Kai side. Hopefully they will be back very shortly. And again, make sure you checking out. Hopefully you got in the channel points as we, have started map 2 here. As we're still looking for Fury to bring in. Looks like D100 may have dropped once again. Bit of a disconnect as we are dealing with internets across the world. Anything could possibly happen. You could have a bad storm. You could have, your family who's all watching Netflix at the same time. You know, a lot of variations of things that could go wrong currently with technology, but D100 should be back any second, as he does join us just now, actually. And we do jump back into the lobby where objective is in the current position as it was in round number 1, as offense and defense switch roles, and Fury going on the defense.
I'm gonna definitely circle right back if I don't die.
Anybody going to look for it?
Shit's freaking out. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Jesus fuck. My shit was freaking out. Oh my god. Alright, I'm going right. I'm gonna launch some rounds down range.
Trip, also a board member for the IVRL, and Caster as well, playing in the league, and that's what this league is about. It is the people who run the league are also members of the league and very familiar with the game, as Phonic does take out Smithy.
One behind center house. One behind center house. I don't know if that call came through.
D100 and Engage both upstairs, it seems. And Engage finding D100.
3 green.
And we are quickly at a 3v3 as Toxic Pain finds Trip in lane number 3. Lots of shots coming out from Engage, nothing connecting. Toxic Pain knowing somebody in center house. What an aggressive push there. Unfortunately, I cannot get in through the buildings, as Toxic Pain does find Engage. I had to wait for the shots. And man, nobody on objective except for one member. Mobstar hanging back. Phonic finding Toxic Pain there from Spawn House. And Fury at a 2v1. Got the advantage.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
War Within finding the last kill, bringing Fury back up. Currently 1-1 here, map number 2. As we're still waiting on our round number 3 to start here. And just like that, the beeps come out. We're heading into round number 3, map number 2. Fury versus Kai currently have a 1-1, as the objective does change as we are in the 3rd round. We do have Playground next to the wonderful sand castles. Raising the Volk flag, the black flag, the Volk flag. It is a defensive spawn and a defensive location here, as Trip is taking up onto white car, looking for any picks, possibly War Within. And does find War Within. As you can see, the flick of the gun. Trip has to use his radio, which is on his shoulder, so he does have to release the hand on his foregrip, reach for his radio, and then grab back quickly, as we do have plenty of smokes coming out. Cap coming out possibly from DeHerndren, as he is pre-firing the bushes. Can DeHerndren find Smithy? Does not find Smithy, and Smithy shoots DeHerndren in the back. And Kai, in 52 seconds, hold down the playground objective. Man, what a quick round that was. DeHerndren very close to finding that cap, finding that location where it's a cap on that other side. What's pushing for, you know, a better area, trying to get into that smoke, gets shot in the back from Smithy, as Smithy does rotate into a very good position there to cover all of the objective. Right, entering round number 4 here on map number 2. Fury going on defense on the playground objective. And a bit of a northern quick spawn does happen here from the offense, as War Within does have great line and visibility around the bus here in lane number 4. Shots coming out from Trip, finding someone in lane 2.
One lane 3.
Lane
2.
3.
I'm down. Need a res.
And DeHerndren quickly refragging.
I got him through the fence. I got him.
You got the one in playground. There was one right here.
Okay,
Straight ahead.
Okay, well, back up. Don't
I think I killed him. He couldn't have made it past my bullets. There's no fucking way.
Go to lane 1 and rotate in.
Over here.
And Fury quickly down to a 2-man defense, as Mobstar and War Within are the last members. Trip making a huge rotation through lane 1, possibly going to push down through the center or go all the way towards the spawn house and try to pick somebody.
Run late APC flank is clear.
Mobstar trying to push as a flank and finding Smithy and getting Phonic, a 2-piece. Engage, finding War Within. Last member left is Mobstar. Lots of smokes on objective, and at this time, you know, you're the only one. You have to make a lot of rotations. Trip looking for that kill. Will Trip go for the cap? Doesn't realize, Mobstar doesn't realize Trip is over here. Trip going in the smoke. Oh, and the smoke disappearing in just the right time for Mobstar to find him. Wow, what bad timing that was for Trip, as Mobstar takes a very meta and powerful angle here. Engage, now knowing where Mobstar was, and a great rotation from Mob. Knowing Engage is probably going to take this position as well, and Mob again rotating. What good plays from Mob here, as now Engage is totally guessing about where Mobstar might be, and the shots coming out, and what a rotation by Mob, heading into lane 3, grabbing that last kill. Wow. I mean, seriously, wow, what a great job there by Mobstar, as he was shooting and rotating, not allowing Engage to pinpoint that location of where he might be. And that right there is a prime example of how you want to play defense if you have the ability to shoot and rotate. Great job. Take a look at that last kill one more time. As now Engage is totally guessing about where Mobstar might be. And the shot's coming out, and what a rotation by Mob. Heading into lane 3, grabbing that last kill. And really was, that's, you know, that's the deciding, you know, factor of, you know, your experience in the game a little bit there. You know, Mob had a great position back there by the burning house, you know, tucked in by the sandbags, which is a very powerful position. But he took shots and missed. And Engage, also being a very experienced player, knows, like, hey, I know exactly where that guy is sitting. I didn't even have to see him. I heard the shots. So that's why Engage decided to rotate, because he knew lane 4 would be a death trap from that angle. But then Mob decided to look at that rotation and caught him again and again. You know, it's just, you know, experience plays a big part of where you know where these other experienced players are going to head into and what rotations they're going to make. So, you know, excellent job by both players, both making the correct moves, but one had to come victorious, and that was Mob. Trip lane down some pre-fire into lane 3, as this spawn does play a big part into that rotation. Smithy finding a kill.
There's a guy in lane 4. He's behind the Hescos.
Smithy in center house finding that kill, as Fury quickly going down to a 3v4. Mobstar and D100 trying to find them kills into spawn house. Very, you know, very dangerous approach here, as Engage does find D100, and Mobstar being the last member left of Fury currently here on this push. Right along with Mobstar. And this objective being in what we call spawn house in the garage. You can cap from in the garage, outside the garage, or in the second story of the house itself. Trip coming across that window. Mobstar trying to put some shots on. You could hear the call outs of Playground as Mobstar is trying to rotate quickly out of that area. Phonic coming up close. And Mobstar finding one kill onto Phonic in lane 2. But again, every time you take shots, if you're the last member left, they can totally focus on you. All attention focused on those lanes as they heard those shots in lane 2, lane 3 area. But great rotation here by Mob, heading to lane 1. And with 4 minutes left, it's all about pick and rotate again. And that's what we talked about many times now. It's about, you know, getting that pick and rotate, keeping the opposing team guessing where your location is. Mob wants to cross this street, but he's going to have to look back at Smithy any minute now if he doesn't want to get shots, because Smithy is looking outside those windows just as he was. But Mob had the right idea. Just should have looked a little bit earlier onto Smithy's position in there in center house. But Kai going up 3-2 here on map number 2. Total points coming out 8-3. And those points do secure Kai with the match win, but Fury can still win this map and help their SRS points, not allowing them to lose or win, you know, more than they have to. Once again, folks, if you want to see another matchup tonight, IVRL 2, our other channel, is hosting another matchup tonight, and it is Shooting Blanks versus Off Meta, and that is going to be casted by Cynthia 100% in Spanish. If you're interested, please join Cynthia there on IVRL number 2.
No, I can't see him.
What is somebody going in center house? Yeah.
As the defense does take positions up near center house, the offense trying to cross the street here, ensuring that their safety. Smithy looking into lane number 1, not seeing anything currently. Trip at red car looking down lane number 3. Also, you know, not seeing anyone, feeling very safe about it. War within, pushing, burning building, sitting on the porch. Decides to rotate, look down lane number 4. It's a very important lane to guard, as you do not want anybody coming around and flanking around from the bus side. Smoke's coming out onto the objective. Or, I'm sorry, onto center house. Objective is in spawn house. Take a look at some POVs here. And again, these guys are not seeing player tags like this or even lasers, so they have no idea who's around the corner from each other.
I don't think I saw anybody.
He's dead, Toxic.
Minus 1.
You heard him finding a kill there back of center house. As you can see, a lot of anxiety comes out. Shots are taking, and the Herndren, what a flash push onto Smithy, getting another kill. But a lot of tablet checks. You need to know what's going on with your teammates. You need to know if they're dying or where they're dying from and who's dying. And that's why you see a ton of tablet checks happening as Trip is being chased down. War within with a C4 clacker. C4 going out. And C4 blowing up Trip. What a job there. And Engage going down to Toxic Pain, the last member of Kai.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And that's Trip. Did you guys see Trip? Trip was stuck in the wall. What a job there by Fury. Taking another point off Kai here in map number 2. Taking it 3-3. Want to give a couple shout outs. We do appreciate anybody that has followed recently or subscribed to the channel. Too Old to Game, appreciate the subscribe for another month in tier number 1. Very, very appreciative of that. Man, I'm gonna mess up this name bad. Naposapo? Appreciate the follow. Skate BK, appreciate the follow, man. Seeing Skate in here earlier asking some questions about the league and about the game, man. This is where you find out what you need to know about the game. So ask the guys in chat, join the Discord, as I posted a link in the Discord earlier. You know, lots to learn about the competitive scene of this game, and hope you join and look for a team in there. As we are getting back into round number 7. And Kai, did I see 4? Yep, got all 4.
What do you think? You think they're gonna pre-fire?
I can't believe that. That was fucking crazy.
Trip thinking, will they pre-fire here in lane 3? Very, you know, meta pre-fire position. No pre-fire coming out, as, you know, it is very important for Trip and the crew to get into lane 3 and 4, as that is where the objective is. Smithy finding the 100 quickly by center house. Brad coming out just to ensure that that guy is dead. Phonic finding Mobstar as well, and Kai at a 4v2.
One down.
And Smithy takes him down. Toxic Pain as Fury is down to 1 member left, and War Within being the last member. Flashes coming out. Lots of flashes, but War Within not in lane 1 no longer. War Within trying to take his time. He has way over 4 minutes. I mean, a super long time here in Suburbia. 4 minutes, and now again is that time in a map like this where you're looking for picks and you're going to rotate. So he's looking to see if any of the defense is going to get aggressive, possibly push into his location, and just trying to hold that silence, because of the fact that, you know, audio cues on this map can travel such a distance. Flash coming out in lane 1 from War Within is going to send out some warning signs here from the defense, letting them know, hey, he's currently in lane 1. And you can hear within War Within, you know, the little bit of the anxiety, the nervousness that goes into the game, man. The constant head turning, and that's not a mouse and a keyboard that's turning like that. That is
in the back.
That's his head. You know, that's his real life, you know, movements as he is moving his joysticks, and then he kneels down in real life to get in this, you know, crouch position. Trying to decide what route is best to take here, and it is nerve-wracking. You get so nervous. You know, you're in a match like this, you're 1v4 against Kai, who is a very well-known league team, who is currently 10th, you know, in the NA. And again, War Within doesn't see the player tags as we see. This is what he's seeing, you know, without the lasers. He has no idea where these guys are hiding. They could be around the box right next to him. They have no idea. But you're using, you know, your game knowledge and, you know, trying to pick the best spots, but engage with that very, very tight angle from Spawn House, finding War Within in lane number 4. And Kai going up 4-2. So far, total points going out to Kai, 9-4. And we are in best of 9, first to 5 on each map. So Kai is 1 point away here from winning map number 2. But Fury only 2 points away, as they can hold this defense and come back and win the offense and take this map away from Kai. Once again, hope you all enjoying here this evening. I am Lampy28. We are in week number 18 of season 1 here in the IVRL. This is Kai versus Fury, number 10 in the NA versus number 13 in the NA. Battling out, total score so far 9-4. Jamming out to some tunes here. Sit back, relax, grab some snacks. Here we are going into round number 8. Checking on the defense here.
Pre-fire coming around the corner.
As Nihundren does pre-fire lane number 3, a very popular pre-fire lane.
Yes, sir. I can't get back to push. That is why I need a new controller.
We are going to have a lane 4 battle here, it looks like, as Nihundren is laying down in real life.
Man, it's like Grim Ukraine, bro. In Ukraine.
As Smithy is taking shots into center house, second story, very popular position where somebody could be sitting, as War Within is in that room, but not quite in, you know, the window per se, but Smithy trying to throw smokes to guard that, as he does block the ground floor, not the second floor.
Yeah, they're behind the house. Come on.
Trip slowly moving into lane number 1, looking in that second story, trying to find Toxic Pain. But Toxic Pain sitting very nicely tucked in the window, where unable to be picked. War Within now very focused here onto the lane 1, lane 2 APC. Could he find Smithy, you know, crouching around looking for Mobster, but Toxic Pain finds him from spawn house.
Second floor, left side, spawn house.
Trip calling out that shot there, but Phonic grabbing Toxic Pain on the refrag.
He did. Went down. Still winning playground.
2 into lane 3, lane 4 area, as 1 in lane 1, but Mobstar finds Trip, and Phonic quickly refragging Mobstar there. And in a map size like this, as Suburbia is quite small, any shots taken, and you have to be very aware of possibly getting refragged. Again, as you could see, War Within taking down a member into lane 4, but Phonic finding that member once again into the carport area. Any shots taken, any utility usage, and you are quickly spotted. And Phonic, last member up of Kai, at match point here for this map. looking for Deherndren on objective, and that is a very common spot for someone to be on objective as well. So Phonic looking for a few smokes. And as you can tell, Phonic turning his hand and his wrist over, looking at the clock, knowing that he's got 2 minutes and 15 seconds at that time to make this approach. And, you know, being only half a block away, you know, it takes 30 seconds to get there on a slow day. 10 seconds on a sprinter. So knowing he has plenty of time to look for this last kill. And, you know, an experienced member of the game is going to sit there and think, if I was the last man up and I'm guarding this OBJ, where would I sit? So you have, you know, 1 or 2 spots really that you're focusing on. And as you can tell, he's really looking at that porch. There's only, you know, really 2 spots that can completely guard it, which is spawn house to his right. You know, no action being taken there. So he's not been shot yet, so he's thinking to himself, this player has to be sitting on the porch. And Phonic is finding Deherndren. They're on the porch for the last kill on the last map here in the match. Kai taking map number 2, 5-3. And a little bit late on the replay. Apologize on that. But Kai taking this match and map number 1 and 2, 10-4 in the total points. Week number 18 here in the IVRL. And that is why Kai has been up in the rankings. They, you know, moving up as we speak, and Fury putting up a good fight. I mean, 4v4 is not easy. The whole game change, you know, the whole game plan changes. And a lot of things are different as you go 4v4, especially in a large map like Quarantine, Suburbia as well. If you're not, you know, ready for that 4v4, things do change drastically. But what a good matchup we had here tonight. I am Lampy28. I hope you enjoyed this evening, and we shall see you tomorrow as more matches are going to be casted tomorrow. And tonight, we want to congratulate Kai on a victory, taking week 18, which technically was a postponed match from week 17. So, but Kai going up 10-4 here on this match. Congratulations to Kai. Thank you all for joining here this evening. I am Lampy28. Good night to you, and God bless.